to discuss lesson 14. So, lesson 14 is about inequalities, and it is inequalities. So, lesson 14 is solving exponential inequalities. At the end of the lesson, learners will be able to solve exponential inequalities and solve problem involving exponential inequalities also. So, we have some review. Let's have a short review about the lesson 13. What is the number when we multiply by itself? Okay, it will result to 4. In short, we have to express the given number in exponential form with integral base. So let it is become 2. So how many times we multiply 2 so it become 4? So it's twice. So the base is 2 and exponent is 2. Next example, also express the given number exponential form with integral base. How about 625? So think a number which is 5. How many times we will multiply 5 by itself? It will to 625. How many times? So it can be 4 because the base is 5 and exponent is 4, so it is equals to 625. Solving linear inequality. How can you solve this one? 2x greater than 12. How can you solve for the value of x? Simply simplify the inequalities by dividing both sides of the inequality by 2. Simplify, then the x is greater than 6. Yes, okay. Next example, next review example. So 3 minus x less than 5. How can we calculate for the value of x? Simplify the given inequalities by adding both sides of the inequality by negative 3 will result to x greater than negative 2. And take note of this one. Multiplying both sides of an equality by a negative number reverse the direction of the inequality. So class is clear on the review our last lesson 13. So now we are going to solve for the value of x for this following exponential equation. 2 raised to 3x plus 1 is greater than 2. How can we solve for the value of x? Of course, we have to follow 5 steps. Step 1, we have to make the base the same. At the left side of the inequalities, the 2 raised to 3x plus 1, the base is 2. So we have to transform 32 into a exponential form with a base of 2. So let's say, if there is 2, how many times we multiply 2 by itself so that we can achieve a product of 32? So the probable is 5. So 2 raised to 5 is equal to 32. So we have the inequalities. Step 2, since they have the same base, we copy the exponents and the relation symbol. So 2 raised to 3x plus 1 greater than 2 raised to 5, just copy the exponent, which is 3x plus 1, and the relation greater than 5. So we have the exponential, we have the inequality. So solve the resulting inequality. So 3x plus 1 greater than 5. simplify the inequalities by adding -1 on both sides, which will result to x is greater than, and of course we have to divide it by 3 again, which results to x is greater than 4/3. For since we have already the value of x, we have to test the value if it is satisfied the given inequality using the original equation inequalities. So the 2 3x raised to x plus 1 greater than 2. We have to substitute a certain value. Let's x equals to 5, 3. So substitute the original inequalities. We resource to 64 greater than 32, and it is true that the solution set is x greater than 4/3. So we have to prove that 4/3 is the solution of the inequalities. Is approximately 2 minutes. You have to solve this one. And the problem say narrate like this. Phoenix want to have at least 256 members in his club. If each member will invite 4 members, and the 4 members will also invite 4 members, and so on, how many levels of group of 4 does he need to invite? We'll give you 2 minutes to solve the application problem. Okay, time's up. So we have to answer. We have to check your answer. So step 1, we have to read and understand the problem carefully. List down the given facts. The minimum number of members is 256 as per the problem at least. And 4 members will invite 4 members each. So that's the step 1. Step 2, make representations. Let x be the number of groups of 4 to be invited. So step 3, set up the working inequality as per the given problem. So at least equivalent symbol is greater than or equal. So 4 raised to x, this is the base 4, and the level is of course x because we let this x. Therefore, greater than or equal to 256. So we have already the working inequality. Then solve the inequality because we have already the working inequality, which is 4 raised to x greater than equal to 256. The procedure is, of course, we have to make the two sides of the equal, they have the same base. The left side, 4 raised to x, the base is 4. So we have to transform 256 to exponential form and with a base 4. So copy the relation. So let's say here the base of 4. How many times we're going to multiply 4 by itself so that we can gain 256? So let's say it is 4. 4 times 4 raised to 4 is equals to 256. Since they have the same base, copy the exponents and of course the relation. So we have already solved the value of x, which is x greater than equal to 4. 5, we have to verify the answer if it is reasonable. So let's say x equals to 5 using the original inequalities, which is 4 raised to x greater than equal to 156. Then x 5. So 4 raised to 5 is 1024 greater than 256. Yes, it is greater than 256. So the answer, final answer, at least 4 level of groups of 4 should be invited to achieve the minimum number of members. Are the concept of exponential inequality clear and understood, class, learners? So yes, very good. It is understood. So next, what is the application we will have? They are useful in situations involving repeated multiplication, especially when being compared to a constant value, such as in the case of interest in business. Also, for instance, exponential inequalities can be used to determine how long it will take to double one's money based on a certain rate of interest. Example, money will take approximately 12 years to double at a constant interest rate of 6%. So, learners, that's the application of exponential inequalities in real life. So, we can have more examples for this topic on your learner's manual, page 83 and 87. Refer to the solved examples. Time limit must be approximately 5 minutes to help to solve the following problems. Number 1, 10 raised to x plus 1 greater than 100 square. Number 2, 3 raised to x less than 9x minus 2. Learners, you have 5 minutes to deal with this problem. Okay, time's up. So we have to answer the problems that had been solved. So answer number 1. To check the answers, your solutions. 5 points for number 1 and 5 points for number 2. So total of 10 points. The answer for number 1, x is greater than 3. For number 2, x greater than 4. Look at the detailed solution of problem number 1. So we have to make the base the same. So then after we make the base the same, we have to copy the exponent. Therefore, we can solve for the value of x, which is greater than 3. For number 2, make the same base the same also. Then simplify, process, evaluate, then the value of x greater than 4. So that's the detailed solution. For your enrichment program, try this at home to be submitted tomorrow by online or hard copy. So this is application problem. I will do this one. Your family purchased a new car for 25,000. Its value depreciates by 12% each year. During what interval of time does the car value exceeds 160,000?
Mga bata, natutunan sila mong negosyante ngayon, mahal. No?
Oh,
Ganda din yun. Di ba ba?
sila-sila lang. Talaga.